turn the podium over to someone who has been in Congress for decades, but my favorite story was once after being in the House for, 20-some years, was still introduced at a dinner as a young rising star. Mr. Ed Markey.
Thank you so much. I thank you, Senator Klobuchar. The way to fight climate change is you have to be a young rising star because you have to do this for a long, long time. And why? Because the Republican Party is not going to give us a single vote on this bill. And why is that? Because GOP stands for Gas and Oil Party. GOP stands for Gang of Polluters. And so, yes, they blocked Waxman Markey back in 2010. And yes, I would want more in this bill, but this bill has what we need on climate change. It's going to unleash a revolution. We are going to move from this great movement that young people especially created in our country to the momentum which they created to this moment where a bill is about to be debated on the floor of the United States Senate. And what will that bill do? It will reduce greenhouse gases by 40% by the year 2030. It will create 9 million new jobs. And very importantly, it will spend $60 billion on climate justice for black, brown, indigenous communities all across this country who have for too long been the victims of our fossil fuel era in our nation. That is the point at which we are at right now, where finally we can have justice. Justice that is environmental, justice that is racial, justice that is health, and all of it is in this one bill. It's an historic moment. And who will pay for it? ExxonMobil last year paid 3% on their revenues. Chevron paid 2% on their revenues. After this bill passed, they're going to pay for the climate solutions. They created them, they're going to pay for them. And we're going to get the revenues in order to make sure that that is what we are doing. And now let me introduce the great chairman of the Environment and Public Works Committee. Now let me introduce